Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am so glad you're here today. This is Get More Clients, and I'm your host, Lynn Whitbeck. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to ignite winning sales because most are chasing down clients, stuck in a chaotic sales cycle, and lacking client retention, conversions, and profits. The mission of this show is to educate, inspire, and motivate women around the world to build a robust sales strategy to get more clients, because most can't get more clients and haven't a clue why. You will learn to transform your thinking to the client's perspective, end sales chaos with a robust strategic plan, and to harvest the hidden profits. You will also have the opportunity to connect with me further to see how I can support you beyond today. My list of sales calls was long. I needed to get started working the phone calls, yet I kept finding busy work. Really, any other work rather than pick up the phone. I could see the clock ticking away, getting later and later. My level of stress was escalating. I felt queasy, and I hated the fact that I was not doing what I needed to be doing. As my level of anxiety and frustration grew, I decided to walk to my favorite coffee shop. I shifted my focus to breathing, listening, smelling, and observing as I walked. My tension eased as I felt the breeze on my face. I heard the birds chirping in the trees. I could smell the soft scent of flowers before I saw them on the path ahead. My mind wandered on the brief walk, and a thought emerged. Why was I putting off making my sales calls? I was always asking about my clients' why. Well, what about my why? What was holding me back? What were the emotions I was feeling in these moments? Where did those feelings lead to? A memory, an experience? With perfect clarity, I realized I needed to do some deep introspection to uncover my why. So it was the root cause that I was seeking, how I could overcome and move past what was holding me back. I felt lighter and better immediately, knowing I had a plan for personal development, which would serve me professionally. I was excited to get started and take the first steps to my new and improved mindset that would directly help me in my sales. Last week, we discovered how your client's journey boosts profits with raving fans, reviews, and referrals. Today, we're going to work together to reveal why understanding yourself is vital to accelerating your sales and business growth. The purpose of introspection is to look at yourself objectively. By the end of today's show, you will know how to identify self-limiting beliefs which are impacting your sales. Observe your automatic thoughts for 5 days and list all of your accomplishments, strengths, and opportunities. By understanding yourself, you can use your imagination to initiate and engage a new sales mindset. So when we begin at the beginning, what are self-limiting beliefs? Because no matter how accomplished and successful, we all experience occasional self-doubt and bumps in the road. So these self-limiting beliefs, they're essentially something that's within us, that's telling us I like to think of it as potentially negative Nelly, but it's those negative thoughts that want to keep us safe. Remember, at our heart, we're an animal. And we actually have more negative thoughts because they're around survival, then we have positive thoughts. And those negative thoughts want to keep us in a place that they feel is safe. So they could be telling you, no, you can't. Or, no, this isn't really a good idea. Yeah, why try something new? Why face the rejection? We don't like how that feels. So at their core, these self-limiting beliefs are creating barriers or blockers that keep us from pushing past and moving forward and experiencing new things. And some of those things could be, not so great, like rejection. Because when you're going out into the world, whether it's making a sales call, or asking your boss for a raise, asking someone out on a date, sometimes the answer is going to be no. And it could be no, not right now, or no, not today, but it's still a no. And we have to be able to have the strength and resilience to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and say, okay, well, that was a no. But what did I learn? Well, can I use? And the next time, it could be a yes, because I did it. I actually got the experience. And now I learned from that, and I can do better the next time. So just like my story at the beginning of finding that moment where you recognize that you need to understand your inner why, here's another one. I want you to all think back to when you were learning to ride a bike, because we've all been there. Almost universally, people have learned to ride bicycles. And when you first got on that bike, well, maybe you went from having training wheels to when they took the training wheels off. And I can guarantee you that no one just jumps on a bike and just races off, just like some superstar in the Olympics. No, that doesn't happen. Normally you flip over a few times, you've got some skinned knees, or in my case, a skinned chin. But when you keep getting back up onto that bike as a child, it's because you want to be able to have the freedom. You can see that end goal. You get to have the freedom of riding that bike, going around the neighborhood, going to see your friends, going to the local park, whatever it happens to be that you can do when you can get on that bike and take that first ride and get better and better at it. And soon you're biking like a pro. And it didn't take that long, and only a couple of skinned knees, right? So that's what you need to think about anytime that you're learning something new. And that includes expanding your growth mindset around your self-limiting beliefs, because you need to get into what's your why. Why is something holding you back? What's going on there? And introspection is so powerful when you can have that clarity, because then you can see what that is, and you can look and say, okay, well, I don't need to think that way anymore. And just like getting on a bike, maybe you put training wheels on first, and then you take the training wheels off. You don't have to jump the chasm in a single bound. Instead, you can build a bridge to get to the other side. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to help you build the bridge to get to the other side, to understand your self-limiting beliefs and what could be holding you back in your sales. Because one thing that's very true is most people want to have a sense of belonging, a sense of community, and a sense of approval. And for salespeople in particular, we want to have that sense that people like us, that we get that approval, those atta-girls. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to dive in and take a look at how we could address that for you. And the first thing I want you to all look at and think about is writing down every one of your accomplishments, every single thing you've ever done, from graduating from high school to helping your neighbor out by sweeping their walkway when there was a big storm and there were leaves everywhere, whatever it happens to be. Just start listing all of the accomplishments that you've acquired and you've achieved throughout your life. Now, Once again, don't think about just things that are academic. What about personal achievements? Hey, I play Pokemon Go. If anybody doesn't know that already, I'm currently a level 48, working on the level 49. That's an accomplishment. Woohoo. Every single one, everything that you've done, whatever it happens to be. So I want you to start thinking about this, because this is one of the great things about doing this. As you start to look at all the things that you have achieved, all the things that you've learned how to do, all the things how you've helped and served others. All right. This is the most powerful exercise. And I want you to take the time to do it. I mean, this isn't something you can just jot down in 10 minutes. All right. You need to sit with this for at least 30 minutes or an hour, because this is going to be a long list. If you're really doing it, it's going to be a long list. And it's important to shift your focus away from perceived flaws, because you want to look at your successes. All right. And once again, I want you to remember that these can be things that are silly. Like, I don't know, maybe Pokemon Go isn't silly to everyone, but to some people it is. But hey, that's still something that I've achieved and accomplished. All right. And it could be video games. It could be creating new recipes. Like I said, it could be helping out your neighbor. So once you've filled out all these different accomplishments, now one of the things you can go back to do is look at what type of category are they in. So are they in a category of like an academic? Graduated from high school, graduated from college, graduated from graduate school, yada, 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 right? Are they in your career? How you climbed the corporate ladder? Are they personal things that you achieved, right? So go back and look through this. And interpersonal, are they things that you did for family, for friends, for fun? I mean, accomplishments are still things that you did for fun. That hike that you went on and the 3,000-foot elevation you achieved, those are all things that you want to list and categorize. And this is a really powerful thing, because at the end, I want you to take a bow and embrace the amazing you. And we have reframed your mind and really looked at all the incredible things that you have accomplished. Now, the next exercise I would like you to work through in this growth mindset so that you can improve your sales is I want you to start keeping a log. Now, you can do this for 5 days. Think of this as your 5-day challenge. Woo-hoo. We are going to keep a log of your automatic thoughts. And this is, once again, very important, because I just said, as a human animal, we have more negative thoughts than positive thoughts. And we need to start recognizing some of these trends of the positive and negative thoughts. So an example of an automatic thought could be, everyone thinks my sales technique is too pushy. Oh my gosh. Why is that perception out there that women, when we're being assertive and we're taking charge and we're stepping into our role as powerful leaders, do we get this label that we can self-label ourselves pushy or bossy? Oh my gosh, I've done that for myself. And it is, so wrong. So I'm trying to always recognize when I have that automatic thoughts that I'm being too bossy. Okay. Because I'm not being bossy. I'm being assertive. I'm taking charge. I'm standing in my own power because I know what needs to be done. All right. So start to think about those negative thoughts. Another example that I'd like to have you do is, so you're having these automatic thoughts, everyone else but me is an expert at closing. So, this is something for sales. I hear this a lot from women. They don't feel that they're very good at closing the sale. All right. So once again, that is a self-limiting belief that you're putting in your head that's keeping you from actually getting better at closing the sale, guiding people to a decision. Let's flip that and think about what you're doing. You're guiding them to a decision so that they get the opportunity to work with you so that you can deliver the impact that you know that you can create for them personally, professionally, for their business, for their community. All right. So let's start thinking about these automatic thoughts. Write down things that are also positive or balanced. Like, wow, I really did well at that. You know, I am a happy, cheerful person. That is a positive thought that might pop into your head at times. I accomplished a lot today. Whatever those automatic thoughts are that say pop in, I want you to write them down. And so here's an example of what a balanced thought could be. I did really well during that presentation, but I could have articulated this particular point a bit better. Or in a better way. So that's a balanced thought where you're acknowledging what you achieved and the performance, but at the same time, you're recognizing, well, maybe you could have tweaked something. Now that you've been there, done that, something that you would have wanted to modify. All right. So work through this. I want you to take 5 days. This is your 5-day challenge until the next week when you come back and see me. Write down your automatic thoughts every day and keep a log of those and start looking for patterns in these thoughts, because that's one of the things that's going to be so powerful. As you start to recognize the types of patterns in your thoughts, you're going to be able to see that, boy, I'm constantly thinking of myself as bossy. Or I'm saying that out loud, or I'm thinking that, so that was a self-limiting belief that I had to overcome, because it's a societal thing that when women are take charge, we're assertive, and we stand in our own power, somehow, air quotes, we're bossy. Yeah, right. Not the case. Okay, so 5-day challenge. Let's get to it. Track those automatic thoughts. And I'm going to be very excited to hear how you did with that. Now, the next thing I want us to explore on a growth mindset for sales and how we can really embrace your own power and the incredible product or service that you deliver and how you help and serve others, how you create an impact. Then let's take a look at your strengths and opportunities. So as you'll notice, it's strengths and opportunities. There's nothing about being weak, because as women, we are not weak. We are strong, and we have lots of opportunities. Those are the opportunities to expand both our professional and our personal development and our growth mindset. So when you look at your accomplishments worksheet, let's start there. And you're going to go ahead and go through that and look at those accomplishments, and you're going to look for those strengths. What are strengths that really pop out to you? And so this could be something like, I keep referencing my Pokemon Go, but that I made it to level 48, and I'm actually really getting closer to a level 49. My goal is to get there at the end of the year. That's pretty cool. That is an accomplishment, right? And it could be that you completed a really challenging video game, or you've learned to bake a perfect souffle. All right. Whatever it is, it could also be something, of course, to do with your work and accomplishments there, how you've guided and helped a client to achieve something. Whatever it is, you probably took perseverance for you to get there, and a whole bunch of problem solving. So I want you to be very bold in this. Do not be shy. Do not be humble. This is an important process for you to recognize all of your strengths, everything you bring to the table. And I want you to list everything, strength. And as you do, think about how it could help you with your current sales process. So how does this strength help you? So you may think like, well, baking the perfect souffle, how does that even relate? Well, it does, because it took you time to learn that skill and perfect the techniques so that you could make that perfect souffle. All right. So it took you that process to achieve that. All right. And this is going to help you feel more prepared and more confident to tackle whatever it is that we discover as an opportunity. So list your accomplishments, the associated strength, and how you can apply that in your world today. So work through that. Once again, this is not something that you can just kick off in 10 minutes. I hope that your accomplished list is so long, it looks like Santa's list at Christmas. It just has all those names on it, right? And it just rolls out, but it's going to be multiple pages. So do the same thing. And so remember, you're looking at what are your strengths by looking at the accomplishments. You list the accomplishment, you list the strength, and then you list how you can apply that today. So it's literally like 3 columns on that sheet. Okay, so now we're going to do the flip side. All right. And we're going to be looking at opportunities. Okay. And a really positive way to start your looking at your opportunities is to be referring back to your accomplishments, because there are some gaps that you're going to see, gaps in the strengths, gaps in your skill set, and you can start to identify those gaps. And another way is to look at mistakes or setbacks that you see or have felt along the way. Now, I want to point out, it's really, really important. These gaps are not permanent flaws. These gaps are opportunities for you to gain new skills and new strengths, right? So that you can truly step into your full power of who you are. So I want you to think about how you're going to learn these new skills and gain these strengths and what's your method of growth. So as you go through this and you start to think about where are the opportunities, all right? Where was there a gap? What is that gap? Is it a gap in your skill? Is it a gap in a strength? What is the gap that you need to address? And what's the method of growth? Now, you might be sitting here thinking, I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even have a clue. So let's start with saying out loud, oh, sorry, I don't mean to be so bossy. All right. That's a classic for me, right? So I identify that that is an area of opportunity. All right. And I can say, well, my goodness, what have I accomplished? I've accomplished a heck of a lot, I've accomplished a heck of a lot in my life, and I actually deserve where I'm at. I deserve the authority that I've reached, and I am an assertive, powerful woman who's very decisive, and I know what needs to be done. This is not about being bossy. So where is the gap? The gap is in that mindset because I've been programmed socially to think that as a girl, I'm not supposed to be bossy, right? I'm not supposed to be assertive. I'm not supposed to be in charge and in power. Well, yeah, times are a-changing. And I am all of those things. I am supposed to be the powerful woman I am. And I am not being bossy. In fact, I'm being a boss. I'm owning the skills and achievements that I have, and the fact that I know what needs to be done. And then I can provide the direction and the support to make that happen. All right. So what's my gap? I figured out my gap. And what's my method of growth? I need to really absorb that and incorporate that into my thinking. And there's a couple of ways you can do that. So here's my number one trick that I use. It's affirmations. And so you can start your affirmation any way you want, but in this case, you can say, I am a decisive, assertive woman who knows exactly what needs to be done and can help people by guiding them and supporting them to achieve their goals, right? I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm going to step into my own power. So you can create that affirmation. Here's the trick. Whatever the affirmation is that you need to work out, Keep it on that positive, that reinforcement of who you are. All right. Then what I want you to do is say it out loud every morning. The first thing when you get up. That's right. You're going to step into that power first thing in the morning, and you're going to say it out loud. All right. And you're going to need to do this for at least 21 days. Everybody has different theories about how long it takes for you to shift your mindset or to acquire a new habit. But let's just say 21 days. Just keep at it and just keep telling yourself. And if you catch yourself saying, gosh, I don't mean to be bossy, immediately stop and say, you know what? I am a boss. I am going to help guide and support you to reach your goals. So immediately to that correction, say it out loud. All right. Not just in your head. Say it out loud. All right. I want you to catch yourself and make that change. And once again, when you've completed this incredible exercise for strengths and opportunities, I want you to take a bow and embrace the amazing you, because that's what you are. You are amazing. So I hope that you have found this to be very helpful, and it's going to work and serve you on your way to overcoming your own self-limiting beliefs around sales and how it's holding you back. All right. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, because my purpose is for you to get more clients. And on behalf of the Win-Win Women Network, I have carved out a limited number of time slots to invite you to hop on and ignite your sales call with me to see what's working, not working, and what we would love to have working. And I'm going to see how I might further support you in effectively generating more leads, converting more sales, and fulfilling on your promise as a brand and organization. The fastest way to success is to assure people know that they matter. And the best way to make this happen is to build a consistent sales strategy to acquire, convert, and capitalize on every lead. You will find growing your business is easy and lucrative. So today, we looked at why understanding yourself is vital to accelerating your sales and business growth. And I have given you multiple tools and a 5-day challenge to shake your paradigm, reframe your mindset, and shift your self-imposed limiting beliefs. And the key is for you to implement these steps to stop wasting time, energy, and resources. Now, you all have the opportunity to jump in and get the support you need for true success. So say yes to you and get on a call with me. I'm truly gifted at this, and you deserve to shortcut your success with the right support. That link is p2q.link/win-win. You can also connect with me on our website, and to stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, and never miss an episode, sign up for our weekly wisdoms newsletter at petitetoqueen.com. And it's very exciting, but we have a brand new programs that we are offering called Get More Clients Secrets, Roadmap, Strategy, Accelerate, and Exclusive. So I want you to check those out. It's a great way to join the community and get the support and guidance that you need to get more clients. So next week on Get More Clients, we're going to be discussing introspection clarity and how it delivers powerful and proven advantages for your personal and professional growth, and how it's going to serve you in sales to get more clients. I am so glad that you joined me. This is Lynn Whitbeck with Petite to Queen, and I'm going to see you next week. Come on, make sure you're there on Get More Clients.